like the morning walks? Y'all like the rainy day morning walks because y'all love the way the rain sounds, beating on the umbrella and on the ground. Okay, y'all. So look, I want to talk about spell work that's going on right now. Some of y'all may not know is spell work. Yeah. And I want to give y'all some messages. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Um, a type of don't know when somebody tries to beat you to you. So, for example, when somebody studies your your conversation style or your rhythm style, and then they take it for themselves. So basically, if you normally would talk about a certain thing at a certain time, or if you would say something at a certain time about something you're experiencing, and suddenly that person is cutting you off and they saying it, or suddenly that person is kind of like taking your position in the conversation, almost like they listened to you a couple of times and then now they're trying to beat you to you. Now, some of y'all may not realize that that is spell work. Look at this beautiful motorcycle, y'all. Phew, this motorcycle is nice. Wow. Okay, look at that. Gorgeous motorcycle. Um, the reason why that is spell work, what I was talking about, somebody trying to steal your conversation style, what you normally would say or what you would normally talk about on a different subject. The reason why that is spell work is because that person is basically trying to switch places with you. That person is trying to basically momentarily in the conversation take your frequency and basically give you theirs, in which they don't have your conversation style, so that they would seem like they know the things you know and you only know them because they're saying them. They're beating you to saying them what you would normally say. So let's say if you normally like to talk about rainy days or the weather, and that's something you like to talk about in the morning hours, and then you notice that person suddenly, like, soon as you go to bring up weather, they cut you off and start talking about the weather. And let's say you always talk about how the weather affect you, and suddenly they're cutting you off in conversation and saying how the weather affect them. That person is trying to take a piece of your identity. That is still identity hijacking. And I don't know why people don't realize that that is. It's also a form of narcissism as well. So some people, they latch on to someone who has a unique frequency that seems like it attracts attention or powerful, or that it's abundant. It seems to attract abundance, and they try to imitate that person. But first they become your your fake friend or your fake associate, and they learn you, and then they start trying to beat you to being you. It's real sick and twisted, y'all, but it happens quite a lot. Okay. Um, so that's something to keep in mind. I'm currently not talking to no one, no one. I'm barely even talking to my immediate family members, barely, for this exact reason. I noticed that everybody started sounding like me, started stealing my conversation style. When I would talk about something, they would they would cut me off and try to finish it or say what they think I was going to say. They was also using their telepathy to steal my thoughts in the middle of conversation and cut me off and say my thoughts because they stole them. They were doing that as well. Yeah, that person could be possessed, y'all. I'm telling you. I really think that people who do that do got possibly some alien DNA, like toxic alien DNA. I really do think that, y'all. And if you are divine, this may happen to you frequently. You may find that you cannot, you can't have no friends basically. If you're real divine, if your rank is climbing fast, okay, if your frequency spiritual rank is climbing fast, you'll notice this is happening to you everywhere you go. Like every time you meet a new person, it happens. You'll only rarely will it not happen to you. Okay? Only rarely will it not happen to you. Okay, I'm giving a warning in here. Do not come up in here Bible thumping, or I'm going to put you in timeout, okay? All right, not everybody is Christian or Catholic. So no Bible thumping, okay? All right, it's not your job to go to the spiritual psychic community and thump your Bible. It's disrespectful because not everybody has the same religion. Okay, and I'm calling y'all Christians out. Stop thumping that Bible on random people. Not everybody's Christian. It's ignorant. Thump that Bible on your toxic Christian family. They need it the most. Call them up and hit them with that Bible. Because I'm just calling it out. Yeah. If you are very divine, you basically cannot have really any friends. Don't consider nobody your friend. Don't consider nobody your family. I'm telling you, everyone's going to do this to you. It's just a matter of time. You can only have like co-workers, and you got to keep them at a distance. Even clients will do this to you. Even clients will learn your conversation, communication style, and also your body language and rhythm, and you'll notice that they're just all imitating you. I couldn't even talk about my psychic abilities without them jumping in the conversation, cutting me off, and saying what they thought I was going to say, and talking about what I was talking about. That was happening to me. I couldn't even, if I talked about my art projects, they would cut me off and talk about the art projects the way I was talking about the art projects. It was getting very creepy. It was like I was looking at a shadow version of myself. Like I was at that one movie where the black girl had that other version of herself. That's what it was like, and it was like creeping me out, y'all. I did look both ways before crossing the street. Okay, I don't. I did, and I'm not at an intersection. I don't live in an intersection. There's no intersection here. Telling you, y'all. Ooh, people come waking up thinking they going to school people, and that's another thing. When you're very divine, do you notice how random people want to school you? That's another thing. Okay. Now everybody see all these downloads and all this that I have on this channel. But why do people think they can come up in my live video and come out of nowhere schooling me? Okay? All right, so let's continue. Spell work. So another kind of spell work that I want to talk about is the kind of spell work where you notice that every time you get done talking to somebody, you can't get nothing done. Like you're blocked. It's almost like they stole your power or they was hacking your mind as you was talking to them. Like all of a sudden you're not creative, you're not inspired, you're blocked, you're tired, you can't get things done. And you'll notice that this happens every time you talk to the same person. Okay, that person is doing spell work on you. They're doing mental spell work on you. They're thinking of you. They're literally thinking of your personality and your communication rhythm while they're talking to you. And they're stealing it. They're stealing it. They're stealing your spiritual essence while they're talking to you. Okay? So that's also spell work. Always pay attention to how you feel after you talk to the same person. If you talk to the same person on a weekly basis and you always feel like you're like you got that sloth energy or you're just drained out, Every time you're done talking to them, that person has been stealing some of your essence during the communication. Okay? They're doing spell work to take a part of you. That's why y'all got to be careful about people who like to fall silent, who always seem like they got nothing to say, but always want to hear what you got to say. Those are some of them are some of the biggest witches out here. The people that always seem like they want to hear what you got to say, and then they start like miming you and over talking you and cutting you off and trying to be you. And then they might have big silent moments, and it's almost like you can feel that they're still tuning in, but they're tuning in to a deeper part of you. And you can feel almost like somebody blew toxic gas up in your face. It could even be through a phone call. You can feel that they're doing it. So that's spell work as well, y'all. Okay? So another kind of spell work that people need to realize, and this is weird. This is gonna creep some of y'all out. Natal chart stealing, okay? Where somebody's trying to swap a part of their chart with you, with yours. The part of their chart that they ain't really trying to deal with or master, they're trying to throw away and they're trying to give you theirs. Okay? You'll notice because it's happening energetically. It's happening energetically. So you'll notice that this person, for example, let's say you're a high priestess and you're doing a lot of psychic stuff and you're really into it, and you're real spiritual and you're going hard and you didn't put like a 4 year study into it. But you meet this person and suddenly this person all of a sudden, they all of a sudden, it's like they're trying to do it the way you do it. They're trying to pursue what you pursue. They want to know everything you know about it. And yet, this person got like a different birthday than you. And this person has a different placement. And this person wasn't even talking about being psychic. And they're not even emotionally grounded. Or they're not even healthy enough to be a psychic, to be a regular psychic coach or spiritual coach. And you see this, right? You know that they're not qualified. So you're wondering, like, why are they trying to be me with this? And as I said, it's because they're trying to steal your destiny. Okay? They're trying to steal your destiny. This is why y'all got to be careful about letting people see where your money's coming from and your success coming from and thinking you could be friends. Let me tell you, you have no friends on the road to success. Let me repeat myself again for divine ones. No one is your friend as you're climbing. No one is your friend as you are accessing your superpowers. People that latch on to you and they start acting like you and they start saying they want to pursue what you're pursuing, they're only doing that because they see you're getting money. They see that you're getting success, so they're trying to steal your destiny. Okay? They're trying to steal your destiny. All right? So just be just be very careful. You'll know these people who are trying to steal your destiny is that they're imitating you all while trying to act like they're open to learn from you. As soon as you go to teach them what you know, they're a little bit too quiet, like they trying to tap all the way in to the frequency that you had when you got the downloads that you shared. They're a little bit too quiet. They're not asking no questions. I don't trust people who don't ask questions about my lessons. They just sit there quiet like they're trying to tap in. Those people are trying to tap in. They're trying to pick up the frequency, to steal it. So, okay, so keep that in mind. If you teaching somebody something, they should be saying, first of all, they should be asking you questions. They should be saying thank you. They should be thanking you for every darn knowledge you ever gave them, every download, everything you ever helped them with, every wisdom you gave. If they don't say thank you after receiving it, it's because they was trying to tap in and just steal the frequency. That's why they didn't thank you. Y'all, I'm calling it out. I don't like the too close listeners. I call it the too close listeners. Okay, they're trying to tap in. They're trying to figure out how you was feeling when you got that download. And they're also trying to look at, they're looking at the time. They're watching the clock to when you got those downloads. And they're tapping into you when you're tapping into God at that precise time. That's why some of y'all are feeling like sometimes y'all are blocked and y'all can't understand it when you normally would get downloads at a certain time of day. Because you got somebody who you trusted, who paid attention to the time when you was getting those downloads, and they're tapping into you at that time. Telling y'all, telling you no lie. That's why it's always better to teach in products. If y'all want to teach, if y'all want to get success, it's better to just host an event and do a show, or put that stuff in books, or put it on audio and sell it. Put it online and sell it. So they don't know the time that you got that download. Like when Michael Jackson did his shows, nobody knew the times when he wrote those songs. Nobody knew. Maya Angelou never talked to anybody and never let anyone come with her when she was writing her poetry, because she didn't want nobody tapping into her energy. Okay? So some of y'all, if y'all already been sharing downloads or sharing stuff, while someone was able to watch the time, while y'all was over the phone or in a lunch meeting, the way to get around that is you're gonna have to change the time up. You're gonna have to change the time. You're gonna have to operate on a different time so they can't tap into you. And tapping into somebody, trying to tap into somebody in secret, or because you know the time they normally would get stuff, that's spell work. That's still witchcraft. Y'all, I'm calling it out. Okay, I got a couple people on this channel doing it to me. They're looking at the time that I do my live videos. They're looking at the time when I upload, and then they're tapping in. They're actually showing up maybe like 20 minutes early and tapping into me and tapping in and tapping in and tapping in. And then they go ahead and put their videos up. And it's disgusting. And I've been blocking them, but they've been having a hard time tapping into me because I've been fogging them out. I've been fogging up my cred. It's hard for people to do spell work on you and tap on you when you fog up the space around you. Basically, their frequency of tapping into you will get fogged up. It will get whooped and distorted. If you feel like somebody has been tapping into you, trying to be you, and you can feel like somebody doing that, you need to start playing some alchemy sounds to warp and distort the vibration tap in. So it makes it real hard for them to tap into you. Y'all notice how I've been changing up where I do my readings at? Y'all notice I was like in the corner of my living room. Now I'm on the walk. Notice I'm on a different street this time. I'm changing it up so that whoever's trying to tap into me, it's not easy for them to do. So y'all, I wanted to talk about that, okay? Now, other spell work. Now, this is a sign that somebody's been tapping into you, okay? When you feel starved, if you suddenly feel starved for no reason, and you know that you ate nice and hearty that day, and you wasn't eating a lot of fat, you didn't eat a high fat diet, but all of a sudden, it's like all your power and energy got wiped out, and you're craving sugar, okay? That means somebody tapped into your energy. Or your hormones are suddenly messy before bed. somebody tapped into your energy. A lot of people love to tap in to other people before they go to bed. And that's creepy. Yep. I never believed, let me tell you, Nora, I never believed in this stuff until it happened to me. When I saw it happening to me, and I realized the people that was doing it, and I started seeing their results, and I started seeing it right before my eyes, that's when I said, this stuff is really real. People really are doing this. And it's crazy. It's all to steal somebody's destiny. And it's real crazy. Basically, they're just cutting a crumb off your destiny. They're not going to get the whole cake, but they're like, like a little mouse stealing a nibble of your destiny and destiny through tapping into you. It's crazy. It's really out of hand as well, y'all. It's really out of hand. And one way you know when somebody's tapping into you, where suddenly you don't have no self-love. Because the people that tap into you, they don't love themselves. That's why they trying to be you. And if you talk to that person who you think is tapping into you, and all of a sudden they're all powered up, they love themselves, but all of a sudden you hate yourself, they did energy transferring when they tapped into you. I got a couple people doing that to me. Every time they talk to me, the way they felt when they showed up, I'm feeling, and they're feeling like me. They walk away high-spirited, happy, at peace, and I'm left low-spirited because they tapped into my power. And these people who are doing this, a lot of them, I'm going to just say it, as zodiac-wise, they got significant water placement. They got significant water and air placement. People with Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and Cancer. They got significant placements. It's like in their moon or their rising or their north node or their south node or their, or one of their houses of wealth. And that's why they tapping into us. Basically, they have abandoned doing what they're supposed to do in their houses of wealth, and they didn't jump in your house. They didn't broke in your houses. Your houses of wealth, where you're chosen to get certain knowledge and certain powers to get wealthy, they didn't broke into your houses. This is real talk. They're breaking into those houses when they're trying to be you and steal the wealth in the way that you're supposed to get the wealth. They're stealing that process from breaking into those houses of